ASMR.
Welcome back to another newscast of Gorl News Nightly. Before we show highlights of Beck and Alexis' latest Q&As, let's take a look at what Amber has been up to. In one of the Instagram posts, Amber and Tommy write, "Unbothered by the noise. We are too busy creating our own happiness." The timing of this post is right when Beck had their voice notes with Karina released, which leads many members of Hydua Nation to believe Amber is definitely bothered, despite claiming the opposite.
Damn!
I started acting like I didn't care, but then I realized I really wasn't pretending and I actually didn't care.
Now let's take a look at Beck's second Q&A featured on Karina's channel.
Did she keep you from seeing your mom and family? If not directly, how did she make you feel like you couldn't go see them as much as you wanted? Yeah, she did keep me from seeing my mom and my family a lot of times. She would try to make me feel guilty. She would, even though she would be invited to come with me, she would stay home and then purposely, try to give me a time limit when to be back, or try to make it to where I didn't go at all by making me feel bad for leaving. And then there were times where she completely forbid me from going, especially when my mom was very sick. Even after we got the vaccines, she still was very hesitant about me going anywhere. But yeah, I did feel like I couldn't see my family as often as I was led to believe at the beginning when she told me to quit my job, that I would be able to see my family more. I feel to be replaced by wifey so quickly. Did I know Amber has admitted to talking to wifey before your breakup? What are your thoughts on this? I honestly didn't care that I was replaced so quickly because I was already over her before the breakup even happened. It was like, just whenever I realized that I wanted to break up with her, it was relief. And after we broke up, it was just even more relief. And it was just like, now that the focus is off of me, that's just where I was at with that. And I don't care that she was talking to her before the breakup because it's like, maybe she sensed it wasn't going to last. And I did too. Like, we had no business getting engaged. But, she ordered the rings without me knowing and was like, these are the ones I want you to propose to me with. So I did. And I felt pressured into doing it. I didn't really want to do it. And I don't think she really wanted to do it either. She just wanted to be engaged. Like it wasn't, with me or anything. She just wanted to have that status, if that makes sense. Would you have taken Rarity and Twinkie, the animals, if I could? Do I miss them? Have you ever seen Amber mistreating them? I would have taken the animals if I could have. We talked about me taking, I think, Rarity at first because we didn't know she'd be able to take them if she was going to move. But she ended up not moving at the time and not needing me to take one of them. So I didn't really get to. And, it was really hard at first. But, I mean, it's a whole lot better now. And have I seen her mistreat them? No. It's just like, she has a hard time taking care of herself sometimes. Like I've struggled with that too. There were times that she wasn't taking care of them and it would all fall on me. And then there was that one year where I couldn't take care of myself. So I know they probably weren't being taken care of exactly as they should have been. But other than that, they were never hurt. Did I really fake the urologist voicemail call and replace her urologist during one Vlogmas? No, I didn't. I definitely wouldn't do something like that, even if she had begged me to. But I did go back and listen to it, and I think it's very interesting why you guys would think that, because the person does have a similar accent to mine, and that's because that doctor is in the same area that I grew up in. So they've got a similar accent. So, But I get why you would think it was weird, because the way it ended too, like, please do not leave a message. Like, that was really weird. Have I seen Amber have incidents with me or anyone? No, she didn't. But I always wondered if she had been more mobile, maybe she would have.
Now let's take a look at Alexis's fourth Q&A regarding Amber on her channel.
The Venmo transaction, the alleged Venmo transaction, was a Christmas gift. Also, who the f*** cares about what I'm spending it on? I also spent my parents' Christmas gift on bills too. I'm sorry that some of us have to actually go outside of our homes and can't just show up to work once a week drunk and make thousands of dollars. Okay, I'm sorry that that is not the reality for me and a lot of other people.
So I did speak to someone who was 20. I'm gonna downright say it. And like her lying that like I didn't know Abby, like her saying that I knew Abby's 20, a lie.
So Amberlynn said Abby is talking about when I come to visit her. And I said, how many are you meeting? And she said, she sounds so excited, ha 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 ha. And I said, why am I, your best friend, not being visited? But some Bible-thumping 20-year-old is? I'm blocking you and your middle part. And she said, Laddie, because I was in a relationship at the time and I told her to stop calling me daddy. And then I said, enough, because I was so sick of it. Like, you know well that you would not go flying to, I don't remember where Abby lives, but it is not in a state close to Amberlynn. But anyways, you would not fly to some random state if you weren't romantically interested in seeing someone, because I was your supposed best friend and for over a year. And the only time you ever tried to see me was when you needed a ride to Oklahoma and when you were sending me explicit videos trying to talk me out of my drawers over the internet and with Cookiegate and other things that I won't re-mention. Because I think you thought that I would be like,
My pants will be off in 2.2 seconds.
But then you realized that I wasn't just going to be another one of your Gorls. So then you lost interest in seeing me again. I also just want to mention that nowhere in this text message or this entire conversation did Amberlynn ever refute the fact that Abby was 20, even though I literally said that she was.
That's one of the things that Alexis was saying that I was like saying bad things about. Literally, no.
So this question asks, did Amber say anything to you about Beck's new partner? So Amberlynn said she didn't know anything about Beck's new partner when I mentioned it to her, but then she asked to see the post and I had made a comment like, "Aw, Becky looks so good and their partner is like really hot." And needless to say, she did not appreciate that comment, but she didn't speak on either of them in that very moment.
Where?
No, seriously. Where? Where did I say you had a whole bunch of bad things to say about them? So the second question that I want to address is, ever since you turned, do you get scared when you see an Oklahoma license plate? Amber might be following you. And this question is in reference to,
There was a Pennsylvania license plate in front of Amberlynn's apartment and she thought it was Jordy. No. Never happened. Never happened a day in my life. Secondly, Alexis. You know what? Let me just do it for you. Alexis literally paid to find out all of Jordy's information. I'm telling you.
Okay, so first of all, you were terrified that you were being stalked by Jordy or someone that Jordy paid. And that is why you asked me to find the information about him so you could reach out to him and ask him. Secondly, I never paid for anything. Everything that I found online was public phone book websites. You'll talk about other things relating to Jade, but you refuse to touch on the subject where you hit her. So that's really, 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 really interesting, Amberlynn. Also, I just want to add that I don't owe Jade anything. She told you to not talk about her. She never told me to not talk about her. So if you're gonna talk about her, you might as well touch on the subject where you technically committed domestic violence. But knowing you, you're just gonna go ahead and keep this one under the rug. So this next question is, wait, so are you and her friends again? Absolutely no, we're not friends again. And I will never be friends with her again, especially if she is still with Emily. That's a hard no for me, dog. Now, I know in her live stream, she had answered a question saying that she missed me.
Do I miss Alexis? Yeah. I bet Alexis misses you. Yeah.
So after I saw this, I did unblock her and I did text her. And here's what I said. Because like, I do miss her, but I also can miss someone and still not agree with what they're doing and with what they're saying and think that they're not a good friend to me. So then after I texted her, it immediately turned into her crying. But like, if you loved me and valued me as much as you proclaim that you do, why wouldn't you just do everything that you could to keep me around when you had me around? Like, I do feel bad that she's sad. I do feel bad that she feels like I betrayed her. I do experience sad emotions when it comes to Amberlynn. I'm not just some heartless that doesn't care. And I feel like a lot of people think that. I do care. But there's also a lot of things that she says and does, whether it's to me or to other people, that I'm not okay with, and I haven't been okay with. And a lot of people in my comments are like, well, you were friends with her up until this, you were friends with her up until, Tommy. Yes, but you guys act like I wasn't saying things behind closed doors. This is another prime example of me calling her out, not publicly, privately, and her still being absolutely delusional. So she says, I'm in love with someone who genuinely loves me for me. And I said, you're delusional. And she said, why can't you ever just be happy for me? She's never ever done anything to hurt me. She's only made me feel safe and loved. Which is absolutely not true. Do you know how many hours I had to sit on the phone with this girl because she didn't want to be alone, because Tommy was being absolutely awful to her, ignoring her, telling her she doesn't want to talk to her, telling her she misses her ex who has passed away. And in the meantime, responding to people and talking poorly about Amberlynn to these random people on Instagram. And you have the balls to sit here and tell people and me including, she is so amazing and she's never done anything to hurt you. You are a liar. Anyways, so I follow that up with, because she's lied to you and is mean to you and gaslights you. She's literally a psych nurse. She can do it better than anyone. She preys on you because you're vulnerable. And then I said, you are a liar. And then she proceeds to say, wow, we will never see eye to eye on this. I love you, but you're hurting me. I said, you cry about her every single day. Why are you being so blind right now? And she said, I've only ever cried because she was such in a low mental health space. This has never happened before she was doxxed, and you literally know that. And I said, that's not true. And she said, yes, it is. And then I said, she lied about how much she knew about you and was watching reaction channels. It happened right in my face on FaceTime. Not once did she ever refute anything that I was saying. Not once in this entire conversation did she say, no, that never happened. And then she immediately started doing what she does best and started deflecting and said, Alexis, you've genuinely hurt me. And I was like, you haven't hurt me. Every time you get a new girlfriend, I'm on the back burner. Unless her and that girlfriend aren't doing well, and then she's flirting with me, and then she likes me again. You guys genuinely have no idea how much this woman has hurt me. She did not love me. She did not care about me. I was always a second option. Always a second option. And she never prioritized me the way that I prioritized her, and I will stand on that forever. She can't just sit here and hurt people and hurt all of her girlfriends and hurt all of her friends and not have a single person stand up and say something. And if I've taught her anything in this entire relationship, is that maybe she should think before she speaks, and maybe she should see people for their actual value and not because they're attractive or not because of what they can do for her. Maybe Amberlynn should actually love the people that love her. And I did love her. A lot. Sometimes more than anyone or anything else in my life. But I am realizing now I was only just another character in her fucked up little show. Yes, I did say Cookiegate was unsolicited. Yes, it was, because the entire conversation that we were having when you were screen sharing your entire conversation with Erica, try to prove to me that you weren't talking about me, was also unsolicited. I didn't ask for that. You did that on your own volition. So you can stop telling people that I'm trying to downplay what was going on between us. I'm not. If anybody is trying to downplay what was going on between us or our friendship in general, that's you. And the only reason why we didn't date, you can tell everybody it was a gut feeling, but you know that it's because I wouldn't let you push me around. Not only push me around, but have me be a yes man to everything that you say and do. I have never been that kind of a person, and I will never be that person. I also knew how sneaky and snaky and slimy you were in relationships, and why would I subject myself to that kind of behavior?
Now, in this segment, Caitlin addresses the viewers who were concerned about what she was eating while on vacation. Caitlin had a gastric sleeve performed, and viewers were concerned that she was eating too much for someone who has had the surgery. Caitlin writes in an Instagram message, "It amazes me how fast people are to post about what I eat and drink. I'm on vacation. I'm eating small portions when I do eat. My stomach wouldn't allow me to eat anything more than a handful of bites. Also, know-it-alls, I had the sleeve. The small amount of whipped cream on a drink isn't going to cancel out my surgery. I'm down over 160 pounds. Am I perfect? No. But I refuse to not live my life. Caitlin continues to rant via Instagram instead of enjoying her vacation. Pause to read if necessary. She ends her rant with stating that she promises the viewers haven't ruined her vacation. It's been entertaining for her to read and laugh at people posting about her and that they know nothing. That concludes tonight's newscast. Thanks for watching Gorl News Network.